If you'd like to see more of our videos, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube. Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMtrading. Today's April 8th, 2020. And today is Wednesday morning, so no major economic events scheduled for today. I want to highlight the fact that this Friday is Good Friday, and as a result, the markets internationally will be closed. All the markets will be closed, so just be aware of that as we enter Friday's trading session. Now, looking at the markets, we're watching the currencies in terms of the Aussie dollar retracing while the euro bounces, but the question is, how sustainable is this bounce? Now, looking at the Dow Jones, makes a massive rally yesterday to 23,500-ish level, and then make a fantastic reversal back to 22,500-ish level. 1,000-point move in one direction up, and then a 1,000-point direction on the reversal. And now we're back at support and possibly setting up a head and shoulder formation. Now, looking at the commodities, gold tapers off while oil sells off. And lastly, looking at the stocks, we're pretty much in a mixed bag scenario, but let's take a look at the markets and see what we can expect from today's trading. So we're jumping first into the Euro USD on a 4-hour chart. We had this little spike yesterday from 107.84-ish level to 109-ish level, okay, which is a decent 100 plus pip move for an intraday trade. And now we're just tapering off right now. So the question is whether or not this little spike was just a fake out, and this is going to be a retracement here. Possibly. Okay, possibly. It does look like it's a bull flag, so I would consider actually jumping into this a little bit just to see if it's going to sustain itself in the anticipation it's going to further bounce. Now, what's happening in the markets is really unprecedented, okay? We still don't know the end of this situation, so things are still unfolding, and I'm going to watch the Dow Jones very carefully vis-a-vis the Euro USD. Now, jumping into the Aussie dollar, we saw this actually hit a double top, okay, at this 62.5-ish level right there, and now it's retracing after selling off this morning. Now, I do expect this to continue selling off. Now, remember, our 59.86 is our low here, so just keep that in mind. Now, jumping into the other commodities, we're going to look at gold first. Gold trading at 1649 after having a nice little rally from 1616. Okay, now this has gotten relatively strong, but you could see that it's gotten more volatile at this area, okay, and really no direction. Okay, so the question is that it's a little bit of a plug and chug here between the bulls and the bears as to the direction of gold. So, you know, I don't have a directional move in gold right now, but I do see that it's getting more volatile, and that is surely to show me one of these guys are going to win, either the bears or the bulls, in either direction as to which way the market will go. Now, looking at oil, and this is disconcerting, oil prices again tanked, okay, from 26.55 down to $24. Now we're bouncing about $1. The question is whether or not this is a dead cat bounce and will further sell off later today. So that could be a possibility. Now, looking at the Dow Jones, and this is really a fantastic formation that it's developed into, okay, because we looked at this head. That would be the head, and this would be a shoulder. This would be a second shoulder in the anticipation that it's going to sell off. Okay, so this may actually fruition later today. Now, what's really important to highlight here is that we've got this blue line that you could see is a Fibonacci retracement. Okay, now I'm going to change the time frame for you to be able to see that on a daily. Okay, now that is where we're at right now. Okay, so we're really hovering with either support or resistance potentially here, okay, in the anticipation that this will make some sort of correctional move either on the downside or the upside. Now, yesterday, if you could see, you could faintly see it here, but yesterday we had this massive spike up and then a sell-off, and it sold off at the end of the day. So that's not very encouraging, okay? The fact that it did sell off this tremendous and get back to this support level is very disconcerting. Okay, so this may actually continue to sell off here as we trade later today, and then we'll get it back into this 21,500-ish level, and potentially testing that 21,000 even. All right, so that's something that will be considered. Now, the death toll in the United States is getting larger and larger every single day. Now, it did have a decline a couple of days ago, but that has spiked up again in the last couple of days. So something to consider, okay? Unfortunately, this coronavirus still continues, okay? And so we're still trading based on emotions and not based on rationality right here, okay? So just be aware that as this is going to continue unfolding the story. Now, jumping into stocks, we had a completely different picture, okay? Because what happened is yesterday we had a mixed bag. Apple sold off, okay? Down from 270 down to 258. That's a $12 retracement. However, when we look at Amazon, it's sustaining itself above $2,000 a share, okay? So it's not as, easy to sell off and say, okay, this is a clear sell-off. When we look at Facebook, also sustaining itself $168 a share. Looking at JP Morgan, okay, we kind of rallied from $82 earlier in the week up to $93.65, and now we're selling off. Now, remember, JP Morgan was one of these more weak stocks. Okay, so my focus is going to be, if the markets are strong, then I'm going to look to buy some of the stocks that are strong, okay, like Amazon, like Facebook. But if the markets are weak, okay, and they're going to break down, then I'm going to short some of the stocks that are weak, like JP Morgan and like Microsoft, okay? So that's a potential play going into this weekend. Now, we may taper off with the volume just because we are going into the holiday season. We're looking lastly at Microsoft here as it sold off from 168 down to 163. So a couple of potential moves later today. Okay, this head and shoulder formation in the Dow Jones may give us some clue as to which direction it's going to go. This is Fred Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day.